Necromanager is a zombie management survival game that takes place during the zombie apocalypse. You play as a local gravekeeper whose job it is to keep the zombies in their graves and prevent them from escaping into the town. When a zombie leaves their grave, their candle turns blue, which indicates an empty portion of the grave. So be on the lookout for any blue candles that you see. You can put zombies back in their grave by hitting the zombies over the head with your trusty shovel, effectively dazing them. After they are dazed, you can pick them up and shove them back into their grave. Each zombie that you shove back in the grave yields you some money you can spend in the town store. The town store is available at the end of each night and has 2 phases. The first phase sells an assortment of different items that the player can use at any time while playing the next night. The second phase has buildings you can place down before the night begins to give yourself a strategical advantage. Some of these buildings can change zombie paths, increase your mobility, and even alert you to when zombies are getting out of their grave. One of the buildings you can buy is a spotlight. When placed, it will stun all zombies as they come out of the grave. This is because it is so bright, the zombies think it is daytime, and we all know zombies hate daylight. Since the core of our game is silly, lighthearted, and at times dark, we needed an art style that showed it off in the best light. So our artist hand-painted each individual texture and asset to add a degree of silliness on top of a realistic, dark undertone. Necromanager features a procedurally generated system that makes each graveyard different from the last. This system relies on placing designer-created room pieces branching off from the main gate. The total number of room pieces is determined by the graveyard size. When that number is reached, a fence is generated along the outside of the room pieces that aren't connected to each other. This same system also generates an assortment of trees and stumps around the graveyard in order to give the player a better sense of space and feel for the environment.